Hi, everybody. I'm Alex Nidra, and very excited that Friday is just 2 days away. My new song, Everything I Need, will be available to stream on all major platforms. Super excited to share this with you. Super excited to share this story with you, story of my night of reversion at a praise and worship session in Hamilton, and really excited just to share with you this new song that I feel hopefully it's going to bring a lot of people together in praise for our God. We had a great question come in about the process, and I really look forward to sharing a lot more about how the song was made, how it was written, how it was recorded and produced, and finally mixed and released. Going back a few steps, I mean, this song dates back to 2021 when I was in my living room with Adrienne, my wife, and we were both there hanging out. And I was just strumming the guitar and stumbled upon this. I guess it was just like the chorus of the song. Like I was just kind of there, like, you are the only, like, we just, you are the only one I need. I remember thinking to myself, this could be a really big, full, fast, joyful praise song, something really energetic. At that point, it was a vision, right? It was kind of like this idea, but I knew that that's kind of what we wanted this to be. Added in a chorus, end of the chorus, added in a bridge, got the dynamics of the song kind of laid out. This is where we want things to be big. We want, a big, strong bridge, dial it back for a breakdown, a final chorus, bring in the backup. So all of those decisions were made between essentially 2021 and early this year, early 2023. Fast forward to March 2023 when really feel like God had opened the doors to actually produce this song as a recorded track and release it. And we kind of come into the studio, the recording studio, with the framework with, okay, this is what I want the song to do. This is what I want people to feel. This is the story I want to tell. And this is what I want the song to do, maybe at its different parts. So I had a lot of that framework loosely laid out. That's when I started my first kind of produced demo, where I had brought in all the other parts. So we brought in some cello, we brought in the piano, we brought in a synthesizer, lead just before the second chorus. So all of that stuff kind of came out in this produced demo, where it was basically like one night of trying different things out with the song, right? That's where the guitars came in, the kind of the dueling guitars you hear at the start of the second verse. That came as a fruit of that session. And I just remember staying up until 2:30 one night with my old laptop and just having a lot of fun with the song. And by the end, I was like, this is okay. Like, we can do something with this. Like, let's go in and let's put this in together. Let's record it. Let's release it. And so it's interesting because that song, that framework that we had, and this is a produced demo. It sounded pretty good. Like we're like years now ahead of an iPhone recording. This is in GarageBand with a $20 audio interface, but this captured what we needed, right? So here's what we want the song to do in all of its little details, and then it became a matter of laying it down, like recording each track, fully in detail, addressing the little, tweaks that have to get done throughout a whole song. And that's quite an extensive process. That's, I'm going to say, arguably less fun than the fireworks of putting the song together for the first time and seeing it all happen. I mean, that's very exciting. And then bringing that song together to make a final track is a lot of work. Requires a lot of patience, a lot of attention to detail, a lot of, well, if we don't fix it, it'll never be fixed. Like, that's what people are going to hear when they play it, on Spotify or YouTube or wherever they're playing it. So that really was a meticulous process. It required a lot of iterations. I mean, end to end, I think we had like 40 vocal takes from the day I started recording vocals. And we did that somewhat of an iteration where I recorded vocals early so that I could hear the whole song, and then I could play back some of the guitars again. So, a bit of the refining of the process as we went, and then the last touch of that final vocal take the night we sent it off to mixing and mastering. So a lot of work getting done. A little non-traditional when it came to the order of operations. Most people in production will tell you to record your rhythm tracks first, so your drums and your bass. I recorded electronic drums that I actually drummed on my keyboard, and my bass guitar, which I played. But we only added in Mark Joseph's drum tracks at the very end, and that was just simply due to the creative process of collaborating with Mark towards the tail end of the actual kind of production phase, made things very, very interesting. And I must say that made it very gratifying, because I'd say that the song essentially made a step change when we added in Mark's tracks. I mean, that it was like, here's before and here's after, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And the funny thing is, we didn't even hear the finished song with Mark's tracks finalized until Dylan had mastered it and mixed it. So essentially, with the last thing I heard was, all of my tracks mixed to the best of my abilities, which I think is okay, but like I'm not a professional audio engineer. So we did that, and then we added in the drums. Dylan mixed it, mastered it, and then the song, I feel, just was like, wow, like this is what we wanted. Like, this is what we had in our mind back in 2021 when we were jamming this thing out in the living room, right? So tremendously rewarding, obviously, to see the finished product, to hear the finished product, and for it to really fulfill the vision. A lot of work to make sure that the final product is true to the original vision. A lot of corners around, a lot of different moments where, a decision to either let it be or fix it, and so to fix it is always harder, right? To fix it, or to add, or to tweak it, to make it just right. And ultimately, I do believe that it was totally worth it, because the song now is true to the vision of being energetic, true to the vision of being really fun to play along with, to sing. It's easy to remember, easy to sing along to, right? It's very approachable and within reach. That's how we got kind of from point A to point, I'm gonna say point B here, with this final product, final recordings done here. This is our basement home studio here, humble little studio, but does the job. And very, very grateful that this can finally come to fruition. Very grateful and very excited to share this song with you. Little plug here, if you haven't already, really encourage you to stop by our Indiegogo page, where you can support my mission to make even more worship music for the world. Even if you can share the campaign and offer up a prayer for us, I'm exceptionally grateful. Follow along if you haven't already. If you have questions about how this has come about, questions about the process, questions about the story, I'm going to try to keep on sharing my videos, but please leave a comment below or tag us. We'd love to hear from you, and very grateful for stopping by. All the best, and until next time, God bless.